The key to distinguishing between reasonable concerns about consequences and manipulative fear tactics is examining the quality and specificity of evidence. Legitimate causal arguments identify specific mechanisms explaining why one action makes subsequent outcomes more likely. For example, increasing national debt makes future fiscal crises more probable because of debt to GDP ratios. Interest payment obligations and historical precedent is a legitimate concern. It explains the mechanism. An argument becomes fallacious when it jumps from increased debt to economic collapse without explaining the intermediate steps or providing evidence for why each step would occur. Historical precedent provides another way to evaluate whether a slippery slope argument is legitimate. When similar actions in the past actually led to predicted consequences through identifiable causal chains, concerns about similar outcomes become more credible. However, historical analysis must be precise. Vague references to what happened in other countries without specific examples and causal connections are typically signs of fallacious reasoning. You need to ask, did similar changes actually produce these outcomes? In what specific contexts? Through what mechanisms? Or is the historical reference just an appeal to fear without real comparison? A crucial factor often missing from fallacious slippery slopes is acknowledgement of countervailing forces and human agency. Legitimate causal analysis recognizes that humans observe developing problems and make adjustments to prevent negative outcomes. A fallacious slope typically assumes that once a process begins, it will continue indefinitely without intervention, treating human society as passive rather than adaptive. When evaluating any what-if argument, consider, what could humans do to prevent the negative outcome? Have similar situations been stopped at intermediate points through policy adjustments? This consideration often reveals that feared outcomes are far less inevitable than presented. Watch the full video. Why what-if scenarios destroy your ability to think.